Okay, hello. So you can see price gapped up today and slightly above yesterday's highs. I shorted here at 28 before the cash open. So this is kind of overextended here in terms of this standard deviation band here. So if price fails to hold above yesterday's highs, then likely to pull back towards 12,000. We have a gap to fill, and also value area high of yesterday comes down to 975 or so. Also North Ampere's later, so perhaps we see some consolidation sideways or even a nice pullback here. So if we see the daily chart here, you can see how many 3-4 days of support here at 920s or so. Price gapped above here and now trading below yesterday's high. So looking to see if we have a pullback and hold some support for continuation, and how this can trade until North Ampere's later. So my short is at 28 here, looking for a move down to gap fill here and eventually yesterday's value area high. Also key psychological level 12,000 here. Scale out the first target here since the entry at 28, 10 points. Now looking to see if we move toward 12,000, we'll scale out further the position there. So we can see price held support here at initial balance low, traded a few minutes, then held support now close to initial balance high. Also we have North Ampere's later, so perhaps this can just continue and fail its either side. I'm still holding the short position from 28 here, so to give this some time to see how it will trade, and if eventually fails to hold above yesterday high, then we will gradually go towards 12,000 and 980s. This was the trading scenario. So let's see in 6 minutes the new 30-minute candle. Shorted here at 40s as well, looking to see if this will fail at initial balance high and just balance here, although problem is that we have monthly highs just at 100s here, so not sure if price will go that far, but let's see. Scale out first target here from 40s down to 34s, looking to see if this was a failure here and price will just balance. Would like to hold this all the way towards the other side of the range. Okay, so here we are 1 hour into the cash trading. You can see price grinding higher slowly here on a steady demand, and although still holding the short here from 41s and 28, we'd like to see if this will balance here, then will flatten the position, most of the position down to 12,000 10's initial balance low. Also, as I said earlier, this 12,100 is very important level to see if eventually price will go there later on, before North Ampere's announcement, during or even after, or generally price will just balance here and does nothing and no extension at all. Okay, so here we are 5 minutes before North Ampere's announcement. You can see price failed here and generally failed either direction, still holding the short here. So let's see if we have a flash down towards 12,000 or if price eventually goes towards the highs of the month. Okay, just a few seconds until North Ampere's. Let's see here the price action, having a short from 40s here. Hopefully this will not spike straight up. $235,000, so let's see how the market will respond to this. Average hourly earnings 0.2% lower than expected, this is what matters the most here because it's tracking inflation. So let's see if price responds any nice moves towards the downside eventually. Having here some euro dollar strength, new highs above 106. If we see DXY, the dollar index, this is pushing towards the lows of yesterday. If it breaks lower, of course, this is bearish for equities. Let's see by how much though, because we have a constant absorption at the lows, then price just going higher. Okay, so we see new euro dollar highs here. As I said earlier, dollar index pushing lower. This is bearish for equities, although this is before the new lows here on dollar index, before the US cash opens. So hopefully I will manage to scale up my position down towards 12,000, then eventually lower, holding two positions here short all day for this setup. So let's see if it happens. Scale out 10 points of 40s here at 15 points or so from 40s, the second trade. Now we like to see this, what we'll do all the way towards 12,000 key level. For now we are trading below yesterday's high, so would really like to see at 12,000 if it fails and goes for a gap fill, then eventually 980 yesterday's value area high here. This key level here at 12,000 and the lows of the day, this is what it held earlier and rallied. So if we don't see the same rally, perhaps we'll see some downside. Scale out further both position 28s and 40s here at 12s. Key level here to see if we go lower, this will be nice failure of 12,000. Generally fail to extend up to monthly highs, as saw you earlier this morning, and has split this weekly profile. We have been up to mostly this high distribution level of previous weeks. This is like the almost point of control of previous week. Of course, point of control was down at 834 or so. So here, if it was point of control, would have been 71 area. So it held resistance very nicely. This was my line in the sun for the short position I took. So I said if price goes above here, then likely to take out the highs. I saw some resistance there, so managed to hold the short from early in the morning from 40s and 28s all the way down to 06s. Now still having part of the short position from 28s, and would like to see this going for a gap fill, and then you see the daily profile here, and then price to eventually move towards yesterday's value area high 990s or so, also a little bit higher as the closing of yesterday's level. Also we have some dollar index weakness, which is bearish for equities, although what we've seen this week is price pulling back, then holding support at the lows, then gradually grind higher. So line in the sun for this is 12,000. So if we manage to hold support here at 12,000, then this will likely extend all the way up to the highs of the day perhaps. So far this is almost a balanced day, which means price is going towards the one side failing, going towards the other side failing, and it's better to focus on the edges of the range rather than the middle. Of course this can change if price tanks from 12,000. So we have US cash open here. Let's see if price manages to go further down. Straight down here, very nice failure at the highs here, and now back towards yesterday closer value area high. If this has momentum, can extend down to yesterday's point of control 940s, although flatten my position now since 28s, then earlier after this since 40s. Very nice trade, held all day for this. We'll send you an email after the European cash close to see what happens, the probabilities when price opens outside of yesterday's value area, and especially yesterday's value area and yesterday's range as well is much better. Although today we had an NFP announcement, so that's why price hesitated to tag, but we have like 70+% chances when price let me show you a few examples basically. So if we see this example here on the profile, price open at the lows, sold off, then all the way back inside yesterday's value area. If we see another example here, price gap down here after a very tight balance day after a rally. Here the loss got absorbed, tagged previous day's value area low. Another example here, price open outside of value but inside the range, then tested here, retested, eventually failed. Another example here, price just slightly takes down yesterday's lows, then back inside point of control. You can see to the tick resistance here at this case a point of control and back inside value area. Another example, here we have price gapping up and moving away from value, so you get nice trend days. When price fails to retest yesterday's value area, then you get nice trade towards the other side. So we can see here support to the tick at yesterday's value area high. Now price bounced 30 points from the lows. Need to see if it goes above 12,000, then reverse all the way, or if 12,000 is an area of continuation for further downside here. So we see some initial resistance here at 12,000, key level to see you can hold for a resistance here, although have the Bollinger Band here. You can see this was kind of overextended for the short term here. You can see price sold off below third standard deviation, then immediately bounced in combination with yesterday's value high and volume here massively higher, so this can go up to 12,040s, 12,050s or so, although we haven't managed to go long here, even though if you see this bar changed color here and became orange, this is an indication that we had the good volume on the downside and price will have a short-term support here. Then if this support develops all the way up to 48s, 50s will remain to be seen basically, but if I was long there, would have held for a move up to VWAP at least. Of course, key line in the sun is 12,000 here. Initiated a long position here just against this area 90s for a move up to 12,030s, 12,040s or so. Need to see if this will happen, although 30 points from the low now, so let's see. Out of the long trade here, price failing to extend above 12,000, although we need to see if this is real or just absorbing, then will spike higher. That was the intention here, but it's like 12 points or so from the entry, so we would not like to hold against for more than this, so let's see. Give it a go and short it here 89s, just against this little balance area above 12,000. Seeing price getting absorbed here, although not sure about this. The stop is just at 12,002s here, so looking for a new low, eventually down to 940s or so. In terms of Bollinger Band, this is for the short term here overextending. Of course, this doesn't mean cannot go all the way lower for some reason, but that's why I got long here earlier in anticipation this will hold and price will move higher. We have SPY at the low of the day here, so it's tricky level here. Hopefully, what we know now is definitely fail to hold above 12,000. and anticipating a move lower. If this reverses eventually, then it will be stopped out here. So let's see. Straight down, new lows here. Will drag my profit target down to 40s or so. Immediately scale down to thirds of the trade here. Very nice. So looking to see if it goes down to 940s. Very nice move. I wasn't expecting to happen that fast, although great entry here. So basically, what's the stop loss? So the entry is at 89. The stop loss is just above 12,000 here. I used to have a 10 points fixed stop loss. Once I trigger a trade, I have a fixed stop loss of 10 points. Then 3 profit targets, 10, 15 and 30. Last year I had 10, 20 and 40, but now we are narrow ranging. So look at this straight down. Hopefully you managed to catch this, as this was super fast. I said earlier about the Bollinger Band, you can see you have initial support, but again this doesn't mean it cannot go all the way down. Also, if we look on the weekly profile here, you can see you have a balanced week, so price fails at the highs of the range and fails at the lows as well, and then coming back inside. That's why I held the short from early morning here. So eventually we like to see this all the way down towards 920s or so. Line in the sun for this is yesterday's value area low. Point of control 45s, value area low 930s, then eventually 920s. Very nice trade here. Flatten last part of the short trade here at 67, nice 20 points here. Hopefully haven't flattened this early. Price will go towards 900s. Okay, so here we are a few minutes until the European cash equity closing the end of the week. You can see today price range above the highs here before the non-farm payrolls, then tanked below VWAP before the cash open. Balance here sold off lower, balanced at 12,000, failed to go higher, then tanked lower and went all the way down to yesterday's point of control. Very nice failure. If you see this on the weekly profile here, you know when you have a balanced week, which means price mostly trading in a small range for the whole week, and you see extensions without a fundamental catalyst, then these extensions used to fail. This has happened today, above previous week's value area high, failed to hold, then sold off back inside the value area of the current week. Nice session after all today. If you want to subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then a US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pinned tweet here, this link which will prompt you to a PayPal subscription service, which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market close, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, you can feel free to go here and just watch this.